Red says hi. Everybody else went out. He turned around and walked right back in. He decided he wanted to follow me around. I don't know why. Usually when he follows me, he's literally like half an inch off my heel, so if I turn around, I run into him. By the way, it's Saturday the 14th. Hope you all survived Friday the 13th. Aaron from Prairie Sunset Ranch asked about our steel rack. He thought it was pretty nice looking. It is made out of 1/4 by 1.5 inch flat bar for the shelf piece. I get a better spot where we can see it. Piece of 3/8 rebar for the end piece. 1 inch square tube for the brace, and 1x2 channel for the main beam on it. That is lag screwed into a 6x6. The shop's 30 feet deep, so there's 4 posts. So that one's on a 6x. That one's on a 6x. Those two, they're just into the 2x4s. But, you know, they're there. I know there's a little bit of bow about that shelf there. Not a lot. God help us if it ever does come down. It's going to make a mess. But anyway, that's it. It's handy. It's compact. Used to be a hell of a lot of stuff on those racks. And if you notice, there's an air chuck right there. Our original air system was PVC pipe. That height all the way around the shop. One stubbed out at every post except for the corner posts. Over to by the radio over there. Old wood stove used to sit over here and coming out on an angle. And it was too close to the wall. That's why we had an extra fan behind it. We used to melt fans out too. You notice the end of that board's, or edge of that board's a little colored. That one is. When you get high enough, they quit being colored. We used to get it hopping pretty good once in a while. I don't miss it. I mean, it was kind of nicer when it was really cold out. We could warm it up in here better than this thing does, but this thing works. And we don't have, literally from where it's sitting over to the second drill press was our wood rack that we would fill every other day. That's how much we used to burn in here if we were in here. Especially painting stuff. Close it down good, paint fast, crank it back up. Now, it stays warm enough to paint everything. Be better if that wall, the doors were insulated, but they're not. So anyway, I'm going to leave you there. Figure out if I want to do any more welding on this thing before I start painting or not. I was thinking about a hitch, and then I was thinking maybe something different. I don't know. Still want something to pull it out with. I don't want to hook on the cross member to pull it out if we get stuck. Just not my idea of a good place to go. Coat on that much. Only thing I haven't done is the underneath side of that cross member. And the bottom. Get the creeper out so I can do that. Work my way forward. And I was thinking, since we've got the brackets for the motor mounts, but they're for a 6-cylinder, straight in line, they're going to be different. As we left the mounting holes for them. Well, I don't think those mounting holes are going to do me any good. Therefore, I probably should weld them shut. Don't need them. We'll have to put new ones in. So, I'll probably won't paint any farther forward for now, but I'll finish that part. Yep, rust got to the poor old grill. Too much weight hanging off the back and pulled the front apart. So, hey, it's in here getting worked on while the paint dries. Isn't that right, Steve?
That's right.
Poor bastard. Her fault. She did it. Oh, and I don't know if you could hear it or not, but there's a hissing sound again outside. And a grinder noise in here. Yep, trying it again. What the heck? I mean, we got the heater to partly work. Let's see if we can get some more in it and make it work. It's been one of those days. But she's getting it together finally. That tube across the top is new. Don't know what to do underneath it yet. Just got to scrounge up some pieces. There's actually both angle irons. I think she's still got clamped on. Come up the corners to support the head rack and the sideboards. She's still got to weld them back on when she gets done with this part. Then figure out what we got to replace underneath that rusted out. I don't feel like moving. I'll just zoom you in, make it shaky. A little deficiency in that center cross tube. There's a piece of 1/8 inch flat laying there somewhere. She can weld it on the side of that, and that piece will hold up forever. It's made it since 82. I think it'll make her a few more years with a little bit of care she's given it today. Throw some paint on the new stuff anyway, and on the welds. And then put stuff back together. Get it out of the way. I still waiting so I can move the welder over and weld up the holes on the buggy frame. But this is our day. Well, number one got as far as she was going to get on this today, I guess. Which, I don't know, kind of glad she snuck out early so I could finish what I wanted to do over there. I needed the welder and I needed to get it there, so I shoved this out here a little farther. Didn't have a piece long enough, so, you know, stick two together. Ain't the first time. And, by the way, they do that at the factory, too, sometimes. So she got the tube on, put the piece of flat bar on there to stiffen that up. Then she went out and feed. I was out of the shop when she did, so I come back in and stuck the uprights back on. All she's got to do is finish this part up. And my thinking is short piece of angle iron. Put on here, come up, get past that rotten spot. And there's enough meat over there to weld it back together. Maybe I can put an angle iron there too, I don't know. And put it back like it was. The only thing I think I'd do different is we were going to make a tilt trailer originally, but couldn't figure a good enough latch. So we ended up just putting 2 plates on and bolting it. Yeah, they don't need to be there. Just weld the damn thing on and call it good. There's 3 coats of paint on all that. I started with about a half a can, and I used a full can, and I think I got over a half a can left on the next one. Find out. Yeah, a little over half a can left. Since they got out of the way, I've got the holes filled up I wanted to fill. Got them ground off. So if time permits tomorrow, maybe get some more painting on here. Definitely got some grease to get off of there now. And a little up there, not too much. And you can tell the wind and the rain has been having fun today. When it was just raining, and not real hard, the floor was dry. Watch the frickin' drips coming off. It's hitting that chain and running down. It's coming off that frickin' truss. So I don't know where the leak really is. Somewhere, probably where the first 2 sheets meet. It was going to get re-roofed. When we built this, the main section is roofed, and then the next section's tucked under. I don't know. Dad did a lot of that because it used to be all you could get was, 12, 16-foot pieces, maybe 20s if you were lucky. And you're looking at 16s on this, I suppose, 30-foot wide, so 16s anyway. And the next section he got 20s for, or a little longer. Probably not that long. It's probably split in the middle. I don't remember. Everything we've re-roofed, the whole main barn, they're all one long piece except for the calf barn. The long side of that is 2. it splits right at the tall part of the main barn. So everything down below is all the same length tin. And that was going to happen here, but, stuff happens. It's not cheap. The other thing I would do is get rid of the insulation board that we did use. That's old Furtex, or whatever you want to call it. It gets damp, it's toast. So, my thinking is plastic vapor barriers are crap, but if you do something underneath them, they're okay. So if we ever do re-roof it, I think we'd stick some cheap paneling like we did the walls on the bottom side of the nailers, and set styrofoam in there or something in between, then a plastic sheet, and the roofing over the top. So, it's not something that's going to be cheap and easy. It's something that's going to be a pain in the ass. But anyway, that's my day. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And hey, I meant to say this here in the last few days, and I kind of spaced it, but I just was watching one of South Saskatchewan's videos, his latest one from today, and he mentioned it again. He's right on the cusp of having 20,000 subscribers. It says 19.9K is what it tells me. I don't know what it tells him. He might be within 2 of being there. I don't know. But if you haven't checked him out, go check him out and give him a sub. Get him over that magical 20. I don't think you get anything more for being 20 than you do for 1,000, but, it's still just another milestone. So go look him up. Give him a sub. Give him a like. Tell him I sent you. I know some of you have come from him, so. All right, everybody. Have a good night.